a lot of huffing and puffing out there, George, but couldn't quite get the goal that would have saw you equalise. How did it feel?
Aye, frustrating. It's definitely a frustrating one. I'll put it in that category. I think frustrating because we couldn't get that goal, but frustrating because again the manner of the goal we conceded. It's another avoidable one. We've just not. None of us have reacted quick enough to when the block's made and it's spinning in the air, and I think that's probably the most disappointing thing, because the least that we feel we should come out with is a 0-0, and then you're maybe thinking a bit more about that final ball, those kind of half chances we did get, but I think due to the manner of the goal, I think that's, for me, I think that's probably the most frustrating part of the night. Overall a frustrating night, but I think that's another one that we feel is preventable, and it's cost us.
Sorry, what is it that's leading to these moments of kind of avoidable goals that are going in?
It's tough to put a finger on. I think it's one of them. I think that the one tonight, it's probably just a wee bit of taking accountability and someone just going and dealing with it, and not kind of expecting each other to deal with it. But it's one of these things that we need to rectify and make better. And we've got another huge game on Saturday, and like I say, the past 3 games have been disappointing, and then you got to look back to the 2 prior were brilliant. It was 2-0 wins, and we need to get back to that, because that's us. That's what we're about. And I just think the past, obviously 2 games previous to this one as well, were extremely disappointing. And then I think tonight just kind of although there was parts that were definitely better. I think we were better on the ball than we were on Sunday at Ibrox and things like that, but it's still that manner of the goals that we're conceding at the moment, and we need to rectify that.
How confident are you that you can react and get back to the kind of performances that were there in the 2-0 victories?
No, 100%. I 100% believe that we can do that. We've got a really good group of players, and we're all desperate to kind of get back to that. And I think, like we say, it's one kind of slack goal tonight. But I think apart from that, we limited them to not many chances, and they get maybe a couple of breaks towards the end. When we're going for it a bit more. But no, I fully believe in our group that we've got here. It's a really talented group, and we're all desperate to get back to what we feel like is us, and that's obviously the Dundee United St Mirren games. That's, I think, that a prime example of kind of the levels that we can hit. And it's up to us as players to get us back to those levels.
Didn't have much to do, obviously, aside from pulling the ball out of the net, but how do you feel Toby did?
Listen, Toby's done well. He's been good since he's come in. It's obviously not an easy situation for him, to come in, and it was very short notice for him, but he communicated well. I thought he done well, and we're happy to kind of have him on board. And like I say, it's a tough situation, for him to get, I think it was 7-day emergency loan, so he's dealt with that really well, and he's added value to the group, and I thought he was good tonight.